We at Unpoisoned America investigated some of the most popular toothpaste brands sold across America, and what we found should make every shopper stop before tossing another tube into their grocery cart. Millions of Americans brush their teeth twice every day, believing they're protecting their health. But here's the problem. Many of the best-selling toothpastes are packed with ingredients that have sparked scientific debate, raised consumer concerns, or simply don't deliver what their marketing promises. Some rely on outdated formulas, others use questionable additives, and a few may be charging premium prices while giving you surprisingly little in return. That changes everything, because toothpaste isn't something you use occasionally. It goes into your mouth every single day, year after year.
Now, you've probably heard that all toothpaste is basically the same. After all, if it contains fluoride and cleans your teeth, what difference could one brand really make? That's exactly what the industry wants consumers to believe. But our investigation found major differences in ingredient quality, abrasiveness, transparency, artificial additives, and the science behind many of the claims printed on the front of the tube. Read the label. Marketing tells one story, ingredients often tell another. Throughout this countdown, we'll examine formulations, corporate practices, scientific evidence, independent research where available, and overall value. And stay until number 1, because one toothpaste surprised us more than any other, for reasons almost nobody talks about.
Before we begin, one important note. Toothpaste recommendations aren't just about avoiding ingredients. They're about balancing safety, effectiveness, cavity prevention, sensitivity protection, and long-term oral health. An ingredient that concerns one consumer may be considered safe by regulators when used as directed. Our rankings look at the overall formula, ingredient philosophy, transparency, evidence supporting the claims, unnecessary additives, and whether you're actually getting value for your money. In several cases, we found products marketed as natural that still left important questions unanswered. In other cases, traditional brands actually performed much better than expected. So, let's begin with number 10, because this toothpaste has built a reputation that doesn't completely match what's inside the tube. Number 10. Close-Up. Close-Up built its identity around fresh breath, confidence, and bright smiles. For decades, it has been one of America's most recognizable gel toothpastes. But here's why it lands near the bottom of our list. Its formula focuses heavily on cosmetic appeal, rather than delivering a cleaner ingredient profile. Depending on the specific variety, you'll commonly find artificial colors, strong flavoring systems, sweeteners, and ingredients designed to improve appearance rather than oral health. Artificial dyes don't improve your teeth. Bright blue and red gels don't fight cavities any better than plain toothpaste. Yet consumers often pay for that visual marketing. That's the real issue. You're buying branding as much as you're buying oral care.
Now, does that mean Close-Up is dangerous? No, that's an important distinction. Most of its ingredients are permitted by regulators for use in toothpaste. But here's why many ingredient-conscious shoppers still look elsewhere. Artificial colors add nothing to brushing performance. Strong flavor systems can be irritating for some users, and the overall formulation doesn't stand out compared to competitors offering cleaner ingredient lists at similar prices. Read the label. If you're brushing twice every day for decades, unnecessary additives become worth questioning, even if they're legally allowed. That's why Close-Up starts our countdown. It isn't the worst toothpaste in America. It simply gives consumers fewer reasons to choose it when better formulations exist.
Number 9. AIM Toothpaste. AIM has always competed on affordability. Walk into almost any discount retailer and you'll find it sitting among the lowest priced options on the shelf. That sounds like a bargain, but here's why price isn't the only thing that matters. Our investigation found a fairly basic formula with few meaningful innovations compared to modern competitors. While it generally includes fluoride for cavity protection, much of the remaining ingredient list consists of conventional detergents, flavoring agents, stabilizers, and texture enhancers that haven't changed much in years. You're saving a little money up front, but are you getting the best overall formulation for your mouth? That's the question we'll answer as we continue.
Now, here's the problem with choosing toothpaste based only on price. Toothpaste lasts for weeks, sometimes months, meaning the actual daily cost difference between a budget tube and a better formulated product is often just a few cents. Yet those few cents can buy a noticeably cleaner ingredient profile, better sensitivity protection, or more advanced remineralization technology. AIM doesn't necessarily fail at preventing cavities when used correctly, but it also doesn't give consumers many compelling reasons to choose it over stronger competitors. Its formula feels designed to meet the minimum expectations rather than exceed them. When you're brushing more than 700 times every year, settling for good enough may not be the smartest long-term strategy. Another concern is transparency. Many consumers assume that every toothpaste company invests equally in research and product development. That's simply not true. Some manufacturers continuously update formulations as new evidence emerges, while others keep selling decades-old recipes because they're inexpensive to produce, and consumers continue buying them out of habit. That changes everything. Your oral care routine should evolve with science, not remain frozen in time because a familiar tube still occupies shelf space. Read the label. If most of what you're paying for is familiarity instead of innovation, you're giving the manufacturer loyalty without receiving much in return. That's why AIM comes in at number 9 on our list. Number 8. Aquafresh. This brand has been trusted by families for generations, and its iconic red, white, and blue stripes are instantly recognizable. The marketing focuses on 3-way protection: strong teeth, healthy gums, and fresh breath. On paper, that sounds impressive, but here's why Aquafresh doesn't rank higher. Many of its mainstream formulas still rely on sodium lauryl sulfate, commonly known as SLS, a foaming agent that creates the satisfying lather people associate with cleanliness. The problem is that foam doesn't clean teeth. Mechanical brushing and proven active ingredients do. For some individuals, SLS has been associated with mouth irritation or recurring canker sores, making it an unnecessary trade-off when effective SLS-free alternatives are widely available. Now, it's important to separate concern from certainty. Regulatory agencies generally consider SLS safe in toothpaste when used as directed, and millions of people use it without noticeable problems. But here's why many dentists and ingredient-conscious consumers still prefer avoiding it when possible. If an ingredient offers little direct oral health benefit while increasing the likelihood of irritation for some users, why include it at all? The real issue isn't that Aquafresh is uniquely problematic. It's that several competitors now provide equally effective cavity protection without relying on the same foaming system. Read the label. Marketing often celebrates the bubbles. Science places far more importance on fluoride concentration, brushing technique, and overall formulation quality.
Aquafresh also illustrates another pattern we repeatedly encountered during this investigation. Companies often spend enormous resources promoting familiar branding while making only incremental improvements to the formula itself. Consumers continue buying based on childhood memories, television advertising, and shelf recognition, rather than comparing ingredient panels. You've probably purchased it without thinking twice because it looked trustworthy. Most people have. But trust should be earned through formulation, transparency, and continuous improvement, not nostalgia alone. That doesn't make Aquafresh a toothpaste you must throw away today. It simply means there are stronger options available for families who want fewer unnecessary additives and a more modern approach to everyday oral care. Number 7. Crest ProHealth. This ranking may surprise many viewers because Crest is one of the biggest names in oral care, backed by decades of research and significant investment in dental science. And to be fair, Crest produces several products that perform very well, but not every tube carrying the Crest name deserves the same reputation. Crest ProHealth has received praise for fighting plaque, gingivitis, and cavities, yet some users have reported temporary staining, taste disturbances, or mouth irritation with certain formulations. These effects don't occur for everyone, and when they do occur, they're often reversible after discontinuing the product. Even so, they raise an important question. Should daily toothpaste create additional concerns that cleaner alternatives may avoid?
Here's why this matters. Many consumers assume that a premium label automatically guarantees the best experience. But premium pricing doesn't always mean premium formulation. Crest ProHealth remains clinically effective for many people, particularly because of its fluoride content and focus on gum health. However, our investigation found that several competing products now deliver comparable cavity protection, with simpler ingredient lists and fewer reported complaints from ingredient-conscious shoppers. That changes everything, because you're not just paying for performance, you're also paying for brand recognition. Read the label. Your family's oral health deserves careful comparison, not automatic loyalty. And as we move into the top half of this countdown, the differences between brands become far more significant.
Number 6. Colgate Total. This is where our countdown becomes much more difficult because Colgate Total is not a bad toothpaste. In fact, it performs well in several important categories and has substantial clinical research supporting its ability to reduce cavities, plaque, and gingivitis. So why isn't it higher? Here's the problem. Many consumers assume the biggest and most trusted brands automatically represent the best overall value and the cleanest formulations. That's not always true. While modern versions of Colgate Total have evolved over time, several formulations still contain ingredients that ingredient-conscious shoppers increasingly question, including synthetic flavor systems, detergents, and preservatives that don't directly contribute to healthier teeth. Now, let's be clear about something important. Fluoride remains one of the most thoroughly researched ingredients in preventive dentistry, and Colgate deserves credit for consistently delivering effective fluoride protection. Our concern isn't with the active cavity-fighting ingredient, it's with everything surrounding it. Read the label. If two toothpastes offer comparable fluoride protection, but one relies on a simpler, more transparent ingredient list, why wouldn't you choose the cleaner option? That's the real issue. You're brushing for 2 minutes, twice every day, every year of your life. Small formulation differences become repeated thousands of times over decades. Consumers should expect companies to remove unnecessary ingredients whenever equally effective alternatives exist.
Another reason Colgate Total ranks here is consumer expectations. When shoppers see a premium-priced toothpaste from one of the world's largest oral care companies, they expect the formula to reflect the latest advances in ingredient philosophy. Instead, many formulations continue relying on conventional ingredients that competitors are gradually moving away from. Does that make Colgate Total unsafe? No, it remains a clinically effective toothpaste for many users. But our investigation isn't about identifying products that merely work. It's about identifying products that combine proven performance, thoughtful formulation, transparency, and long-term consumer value. Colgate succeeds in several areas, but falls short of becoming one of our strongest recommendations.
Number 5. Sensodyne Pronamel. This placement may surprise viewers because dentists frequently recommend Sensodyne for sensitive teeth, and there's good reason for that. Its specialized formulations have helped millions of people comfortably enjoy hot coffee, cold drinks, and ice cream again. For sensitivity relief, Sensodyne has earned a strong reputation, supported by clinical evidence. But here's why it stops at number 5 instead of reaching our recommended list. While the active ingredients are well supported, some formulations still include additives that many ingredient-conscious consumers prefer to avoid, including certain artificial flavor systems and conventional detergents, depending on the specific variety. The science behind sensitivity relief is impressive. The surrounding formula isn't always equally impressive. Now, this illustrates one of the biggest themes we discovered throughout our investigation. A product can excel in one category while remaining average in others. Sensodyne performs exceptionally well for sensitivity management, but most consumers aren't buying toothpaste solely to reduce sensitivity. They're also looking for cleaner ingredients, fresh breath, cavity prevention, enamel protection, and long-term daily use without unnecessary additives. That's where comparisons become more nuanced. Read the label. Don't evaluate toothpaste using only the largest claim printed on the front of the box. Turn it over. Study the ingredient panel. Compare what you're actually putting into your mouth every single morning and every single night. That changes everything. If you struggle with significant tooth sensitivity, Sensodyne may still be one of the most appropriate choices after discussing your symptoms with your dentist. That's an important distinction. Our rankings consider the average consumer shopping for an everyday toothpaste, not someone with a specific dental condition requiring targeted treatment. Consumer investigations should acknowledge context, not ignore it. That's why Sensodyne lands in the middle of our countdown, rather than near the bottom. It delivers genuine benefits for many people. We simply found several brands that better balance performance, formulation quality, ingredient transparency, and overall value for everyday family use. And now we arrive at the point where the recommendations begin.
Everything changes from here. The remaining 4 brands are the only ones that consistently impressed us across multiple categories instead of excelling in just one. They demonstrated stronger ingredient philosophy, fewer unnecessary additives in many formulations, better transparency, or a more thoughtful approach to long-term oral health. That doesn't mean they're perfect. No toothpaste is. But if you've been wondering whether you've been paying premium prices for clever marketing instead of better oral care, this is where you'll start finding meaningful alternatives. Here's why that's important. Your toothbrush can only do so much. The formula you pair it with influences what touches your teeth, gums, and oral tissues thousands of times over your lifetime. Your family's oral health deserves more than advertising promises. Before we reveal those 4 brands, there's one misconception we need to eliminate. Many companies market products using words like natural, clean, herbal, or advanced. Those terms sound reassuring, but they aren't guarantees of superior formulation. Some natural toothpastes still lack sufficient cavity protection. Others replace one questionable ingredient with another while charging substantially more. Marketing creates comfort. Evidence creates confidence. Read the label. Ask why each ingredient is present. Ask whether it performs a meaningful function. And ask whether you're paying for science or simply for branding. Because when you start asking those questions, your grocery cart begins to change, and so does the way companies compete for your trust.
Number 4. Tom's of Maine. This brand has built its reputation around simpler formulations, naturally derived ingredients, and a commitment to reducing unnecessary additives. For many consumers trying to move away from conventional toothpaste, Tom's of Maine is often one of the first names they recognize. Here's why it earns a place among our recommended brands. Many of its formulations avoid artificial colors and prioritize ingredient transparency over flashy marketing. The company has also spent years positioning itself around responsible sourcing and consumer trust. That said, not every product in its lineup is identical. Some formulas contain fluoride, while others do not, making it important to choose the version that matches your dentist's recommendations and your cavity risk. Now, here's why Tom's doesn't climb higher. Ingredient philosophy alone doesn't automatically create the best toothpaste. Consumers still need clinically effective cavity protection, enamel support, and consistent long-term performance. If you select one of the fluoride-free versions believing it's automatically healthier, you may actually be giving up one of the most extensively researched tools for preventing cavities. That's the real issue. Marketing words like natural should never replace scientific evidence. Read the label. Choose products based on what they contain, not simply what they leave out. Tom's earns our recommendation because it generally strikes a thoughtful balance between cleaner ingredients and everyday oral care, but only when you choose the right formulation for your needs.
Number 3. Hello Toothpaste. Hello has quickly become one of the strongest challengers to traditional oral care giants by focusing on cleaner formulations, modern branding, and greater ingredient transparency. Unlike many legacy brands, Hello avoids several unnecessary additives across much of its product line, while still offering fluoride-containing options for consumers seeking proven cavity protection. That combination matters because today's shoppers increasingly want products that deliver both scientific effectiveness and cleaner ingredient profiles. Instead of relying on brightly colored gels and aggressive marketing claims, Hello places greater emphasis on straightforward formulations and clearly communicating what's inside each tube. That's a refreshing shift in an industry often dominated by advertising rather than education.
Here's why Hello ranks so highly.
During our investigation, we repeatedly found that consumers are no longer satisfied with simply hearing dentists recommend it. They want to understand why. Hello embraces that trend by making ingredient information easier to understand and by avoiding many cosmetic additives that contribute little to oral health. No toothpaste is perfect, and individual formulations still vary, but overall, the company demonstrates a philosophy centered on transparency rather than confusion. That changes everything, because informed consumers make better purchasing decisions. When companies know shoppers are reading ingredient panels instead of advertisements, they have a stronger incentive to improve their formulas instead of simply improving their marketing campaigns. Number 2. Boka. Boka represents a newer generation of oral care products that has attracted attention for incorporating hydroxyapatite into several of its formulations. Hydroxyapatite is a mineral naturally found in tooth enamel and has been the subject of growing research regarding enamel support and remineralization. While research continues to evolve and regulatory recommendations still differ between countries, many consumers appreciate Boka's effort to explore innovative approaches rather than relying exclusively on decades-old formulations. In addition, many of its products avoid artificial colors and several ingredients that ingredient-conscious shoppers actively seek to minimize. The overall formulation reflects a philosophy focused on modern oral care rather than simply maintaining industry tradition. Now, it's important not to overstate the science. Hydroxyapatite continues to be actively studied, and fluoride remains the most established ingredient for cavity prevention, according to major dental organizations. That means Boka shouldn't automatically replace fluoride toothpaste for everyone. Instead, it earns our number 2 position because of its thoughtful ingredient philosophy, transparency, and willingness to innovate while avoiding many unnecessary cosmetic additives found elsewhere. Read the label. Understand the purpose of every ingredient. The best companies aren't just selling toothpaste anymore. They're helping consumers understand oral health instead of overwhelming them with marketing slogans. That's exactly the direction we believe the industry should continue moving. Number 1. CariFree. This was the biggest surprise of our entire investigation. CariFree isn't the brand with the biggest advertising budget. It isn't the toothpaste dominating television commercials or occupying the largest section of supermarket shelves. Yet, its formulations impressed us because they prioritize evidence-based oral care while maintaining a straightforward approach to ingredients. Instead of depending primarily on flashy branding, CariFree focuses on supporting oral health through carefully designed formulations intended to help maintain a healthier environment inside the mouth. That's a philosophy we wish more companies would adopt. Your oral care routine should be driven by science, not by whichever corporation spends the most money convincing you to trust its advertisements. Here's why CariFree earns the top position. Throughout this investigation, we looked for balance. Effective cavity protection, thoughtful formulation, ingredient transparency, fewer unnecessary additives where possible. Genuine innovation supported by evidence rather than marketing buzzwords. And overall value for consumers who simply want the best everyday toothpaste they can reasonably buy. CariFree consistently performed well across those categories. That doesn't mean every person should immediately switch tomorrow. Individual dental conditions vary, and your dentist may recommend a specific product based on your own oral health. But if you're looking for a toothpaste that reflects where modern oral care is heading, rather than where it was 20 years ago, CariFree stands out as our strongest overall recommendation. Now, here's the biggest lesson from this investigation. The safest purchase isn't determined by the loudest advertisement or the most recognizable logo. It's determined by what you understand about the product before you put it into your shopping cart. Read the label, compare ingredient lists, ask why each ingredient is there. Don't assume expensive means better. Don't assume natural means healthier. And don't assume that decades of advertising automatically equal decades of superior science. Companies change formulas, research evolves, consumers become better informed. That changes everything. At Unpoisoned America, our goal isn't to create fear. It's to help you make informed decisions backed by evidence instead of marketing.
because your family's health deserves facts, not hype. If this investigation helped you look at toothpaste differently, subscribe for more evidence-based grocery investigations. And remember, every purchase is a vote for the kind of food and personal care industry you want to support.